are the gemstones that I'm going to be using, the basic ones. And I like to use the pillow type because they sit flat on the skin, and they also rest well on the cotton pads, which I use.
Sleep disturbance.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Not being able to sleep?
Not being able to stay asleep.
Okay. Alright. Let's see how I want to do this. Okay. What I usually do is use a little saline on a cotton pad. You can see here. I think that it increases the conductivity of the electrical torus or force from the gemstone through to the patient. So on key points, I'm going to first place the cotton. And then we'll start with the third eye there. Now for the crown, I'm going to use a large crystal, as you can see here. This is one that I dug many years ago. And even though I'll be talking to you through this video, I normally probably wouldn't be talking. I would just be guiding the patient to relax and enjoy the music or sounds. So we use this crystal right here on the crown chakra as a push through the body all the way down here. I'm going to ask you to uncross your feet, and then we're going to contact the feet with these two large crystals right here. Now this right in the middle right here, this is a smoky quartz, and we're going to use that to ground any negativity out that gets pushed through the body. This is the major push device that goes all the way down here, and these two crystals will draw, these will draw the energy through the body. And then whatever's negative will be grounded out into that big smoky quartz. So I usually just look at the gemstones and kind of let them guide me as to which one is needed on which chakra. Now for solar plexus and the sacrum and the base chakra, we won't use the conductivity pad. I'm going to start with the third eye here. And we want a stone that is calming and clearing and will promote sleep. So I feel like we need something very peaceful like this. And this is a blue agate, if you can see that. So I'm going to put that there. And then, as far as the throat chakra goes, we usually use a blue stone there, but I'm feeling that we need to use something differently here. So sometimes I'll just feel the energy, and I think that something really calming like this honey calcite would be good to use here for him. Each person's gemstone treatment is going to be different, unless you're just really uncomfortable with sensing. You may want to establish a routine of using certain things for certain problems. So now the heart chakra, I'm going to use a new stone that I got today. It's a green calcite, and I got this from Crystal Crazy. It's very beautiful. I'll come over on this. Is going to be really calming and soothing for that. So David, take some big deep breaths. Give me about 3 of those. Okay. I'm going to use okay, I'm picking out stones for the lower chakras now, and I think that probably we're going to reinforce the solar plexus with this yellow jasper, and we're going to give a little bit of energy to the sacrum chakra with this red coral, and then too we need to strengthen his base chakra with, I'm going to use tiger's eye, because that's going to give him like male strength and male energy there. Also, I like to use these selenite eggs in the palm. Okay, I'm going to use these in the palm, and I usually just slip these right under into the palm of the patient, and I usually ask them to focus their energy right here and let that ground out any energy that's in a disturbance up in this area. Another thing that I like to do for David in particular is I'm going to add some kyanite right here to the mental process to help channel away that excess energy and worry. And he kind of is very attuned to kyanite, so I believe that will help quite a bit. So these are the particular stones that I've picked for him. I don't think I need anything from this batch over here, but then what I do is I'm going to go up to the head. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm focusing on this particular crystal right here and helping that crystal push the energy through the body down to the smoky quartz. Take some big deep breaths here. If this was like a regular treatment, I would leave them in this pose for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes with the music playing. And then before they leave for the day, I get a couple of soothing gemstones out. For him, I'm going to pick an amethyst and a little bit of moonstone. Yeah. And then I take the grounding pads, and we're going to do a little bit of a temple massage. And that's just really soothing and pleasing. The other thing that I want to show you is the use of a tapstone. Let's get this out of the way. this is a river stone that's been placed on some sanctified salt, and you can still see these river stones will draw the moisture through there. And the moisture helps transfer the energy down through to the sanctified salt. So if I were working on a client that was releasing a lot of negativity and a lot of bad energy, and let's say I'm in contact with the patient here, and I'm feeling a lot of this energy, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to reach over and contact this stone and allow that excess energy to come through and ground out. And so you just tap that and transfer that negative energy through there down into the salt, and it will ground out. So that's a new technique that we're doing, and it's called protective crystal matrixing using those river stones. So I have one on either side of the table, and I will use those from time to time to just tap and ground that out. Now what I'm going to do right now is use the pendulum to check these chakras after after this treatment here. What I'll do is I'll check the chakras with the stones on them, and then I will remove the crystals and then recheck. Okay, so that's good. That's good. And that's good. David's getting relaxed here. That's good. Okay, so with this placement of the gemstones, the chakras are all rotating well. What we're going to do now is to remove the gemstones and check the chakras again. Whichever one is still not quite in balance, that's the one I'm going to suggest that David work with to help balance him. So what I would suggest then is for him to maybe take that gemstone or to purchase one of those gemstones and work with that through the week is what we would do. So I'm going to lay these out as we had them so that we can identify which one he's in the most need of. And I won't put these in to be cleansed until we figure out which one he's needing the most. Okay. So now I'm going to go back and check the chakras again. Let's take this quartz out of the way. So this one is rotating, but it's backwards. So and that one's backwards too. Fine. That one's good. And this one's reversed also. So, we know which stones he needs to work with is the blue agate, also the green calcite, this one, and we're also going to use the tiger's eye. So